Alright, so this is a tutorial on creating fashion designs using PIXLR. Here's our inspiration, 90s Steve Madden shoe ads. Notice the proportions of the heads and the shoes. This collaged together person is going to look strange, so we're kind of leaning into making it look strange intentionally. Okay, so you're going to make heads big, feet big, in this kind of style. All right. This is how you're going to create all of your designs until we're back in school together using real materials. Okay, so everything I'm about to demonstrate is in this PDF tutorial, step by step, on the project page. Also attached to the actual assignment on Google Classroom. So to begin, I am on PIXLR.com. Go to Advanced E, create new. Want to scroll down and use Instagram story. Call it the project title. So this example is just going to be personal style. Okay. Oh. And of course it decided to not open up how I wanted it to. You want to be using Instagram story. So create new, Instagram story. This one. Okay. Navigate bars over here, zoom in, zoom out. Layers are here. Put down the history panel so you can see more layers. Toolbar, menu options. Start with your background first. So I'm going to look up city street. Could be a simple background, could be a pattern. Could be an actual setting like this. Copy it. PIXLR. Edit, paste. Scale up. All right. So now we're going to start building our person. So a couple ways to do it. You can look up a fashion model drawing. And you want to pick someone that you like the pose they're in. I usually like to use her. You could also look up, called the fashion croquis. You'll get results like this. You can also look up fashion model, like a full length person, whichever way. I'm going to go ahead and use her. And most of her is not going to be visible at the end. This is just to begin, to have something to build upon. I'm going to snip out my background using the wand select tool. And we've frozen. Yes, usually when an ad is trying to pop in, we freeze. So I use the wand select. I select my white background. Snipping out the white parts I don't want. Select, deselect. Zoom back out. Get rid of any additional bits of the background that were not snipped. This is a little watermark. I can use my eraser and I can erase. Okay. So right now she needs color. She needs a skin tone. So use the fill. Double click on the color swatch there. All skin tones, all of them, okay, are somewhere in the orange range. All right. And again, I'm not really going to be, you're not going to see much of her at the end, but some parts may show through, so you want to make sure she has some color. Come on, ear. Thank you. Okay, so now I'm going to start building her outfit. So I'm going to go and search my first image. You preferably want something that has a model inside of it to give it some shape. And I'm looking at how easy is the background to snip out, the overall shape, things like that. I'll go with that for now. Copy, go back to PIXLR, edit paste, snip out the white background, and another ad has popped in and slowed me down. Control D or select deselect. I'm going to zoom in so I can see what's going on. Get rid of the ad. It's going to move this here. I'm going to scale down, move up, scale down, move up. You can rotate it as well. You can use the arrow keys to kind of subtly move things. All right, that'll be good for now. So I'm going to go to the layer that has her. And I want to erase out that shoulder that's showing. So I use my eraser. I erase it out. Also, I want to make it look like her neck is coming out of the shirt. So I'm going to use the eraser. And make sure you are on the right layer. And I'm erasing. See that? I'm trying to give it the illusion that the neck's coming out of the shirt. You can change your eraser size, like any other kind of brush. You can zoom in. There's any bits that were left behind. There's some shadowing on the shirt that's left. You'll want to get rid of that. So now, pants. I know definitely I'm going to put an entirely new bottom on her. So I'm going to erase her legs. Or you can use your lasso tool. You can draw a rough shape, backspace. Use the eraser. Zoom myself in. I'm going to keep her hands for now. So I'm going to do my best to be careful around her hands. And it's getting real laggy. So you're going to take your time, be careful in splicing together these things. All right. I don't want this tutorial to go on way too long, but hopefully you understand the idea that you're going to take your time in erasing these things. Okay, so imagine that was done really nicely, really well. So we need pants. So I'm going to go find my bottoms. Again, preferably with a human being inside. in a somewhat similar pose. Copy the image, back to PIXLR, edit, paste. Remember, you also can use these cutout mask options to get rid of backgrounds. That one worked pretty well for this. I go over those more in depth in my collage tutorial that you will have seen before this. If not, go back, take a look at that one. So I'm erasing that out. And I know that I'm going to put the shirt like over top, so I won't see like the remnants of her hands. So I'm going to move the layer up, see, like so. All right, so let's look up a head. Look up a person. And you want to, like, I love some of these profile shots, love them, but my model is not standing in profile. So you want to make sure you're choosing a person that is more or less standing in the direction you want her to be, or him. Paste her in. I'm going to use the brush, or let's try the magic mask for this. Okay, not terrible. You see all those little extra background bits? I definitely want to be more careful while I'm getting rid of the background, so you guys will take your time. I'm erasing parts I don't need. And again, you are going to go into here, like say it's curly hair like this. You're going to take your time. You're going to erase that stuff. For this demo, I'm not going to do that, just so we can not have this go on too long, right? So, I'm going to grab her. And remember, hair is just as important to an overall style or a look or a time period as the clothing is. So, I think I'm going to erase out the neck a little bit more. I don't know why it lags so bad on the... Oh, I went a little bit too far into her. Hopefully this is all making sense. Yeah, I cut out way too much. But that this is how you're putting together your person. You are pulling together different parts of different images and creating a full look. Okay? Making the shoes bigger, say you want the proportions to be larger and it's attached to like the legs like that. All you have to do is make sure you're on the right layer, use the lasso tool, and hopefully it won't lag on you and right when you are doing this. Select it, edit copy, edit paste. Be a little bit more careful than me. I really want this to be clear, so I'll take my time. But I'm selecting like so. Control C, Control V also should work. Yeah. Okay. You scale it up, you know, erase things out. We just want it to be on a separate layer, right? So I'm going to go to my sneakers, erase. An ad is coming in. Scale up. I'll erase the background out from there. You know, I'm just trying to separate it out and play with the proportions that way. Okay? All right. You will take your time. You will put together your person with care and patience, using all of the tools in PIXLR at your disposal. Say you want to glue her all the way together and like move her all at once instead of in pieces. We click these 3 dots next to the layer on the top. We merge down. Do it again. We merge down. We merge down until all her layers are put together, except the background. You don't want to glue her to the background. Now that she's all merged, see, I can move her all at once. Okay? When you're done, File, 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 Save, JPEG, call it project, title, download. Go to Google Classroom, go to the assignment, turn it in.